Hi, Gali.
Hello, Victor. Good night. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I am fine. How is everything going?
Good. Sorry.
I guess that you get connected like a little bit early.
No.
Yes, your time. I am seeing the. I
I'm
know
not the
you are.
first.
Yeah, yes, you are the first. I was seeing the
Yes.
other schedule.
Mhm.
Sorry. How are you?
I'm fine. With
Oh,
a lot of cold. It's really
yeah,
it's raining here. It's really, really cold.
yeah. Here also. I have my chompa. How is everything going?
It's
Apart
good.
of COVID, cold, stress, work.
We have a lot of work now because it's the close of the end of the fiscal year,
Yeah.
and we have to do a lot of meetings, balance
I
for
imagine.
all. Yes, and we have a lot of work. So
Yeah, but it's better have workers that don't have one.
yes, that's true. It's true.
That is the reality now.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, but we have in all the world a really hard time, and the
Mm-hmm.
people is getting
And
without job.
the best thing is I am doing work home.
Oh, work office, yes.
Yes, and it's nice.
Home
I
office, home
only
office.
home office. I only turn off the computer and it's finished.
Yeah, you can work from your bed. That is
Yeah. Yes, but
amazing.
if I work in my bed, I sleep. I really love
Yeah,
sleep.
yeah. I
So
need to. Same for me. I need to find a place comfortable and without distractions, and then
yes,
I can work. If I am like so comfortable, I start to do a lot
yeah.
of procrastination.
But she is my distraction.
Oh, beautiful. What
She
is
is,
his or her name?
Princess is her name.
Oh, nice.
Mhm. So
Okay, good.
it's
You are not lonely.
yes, because as I say the last year, the last day, now uh, we have to stay in home,
Yeah.
and since today until Monday. Today at 8 o'clock starts the confinamiento. I don't know how to say
Lockdown.
the
Lockdown.
lockdown
Mm-hmm.
in the country. So we have to stay in home.
That is really hard. I hope that we can move from this
Yes, it's
soon.
hard because so many people told me if they can go out in the weekend. I have a person who works with me cleaning the house.
Yeah, to help
She
you.
Yes, she's a really good woman. She's old, maybe,
Mm-hmm.
but is the mom of a friend's mom, and she
Mm-hmm.
work here. And she doesn't like staying home. She's always outside. So for her, it's really hard to stay all the
Course.
weekend.
And like not all the people have the opportunity to work from home. The people need to get out or have money. And that is a really hard situation in these times, of course.
Mhm. Yes, yes,
Yes.
yes.
Okay, nice. Victor, do you have time to show the video or show
Yes.
a little part of the video?
I saw the video, but not all the video.
Okay, perfect. Um, no worries. From the part that you saw, tell me what part did you found interesting?
The part was when I think it's a Spanish lawyer talk, and
Yeah.
he says that the Lisbon, I don't know how to say trade
3D, 3D,
trading, the Lisbon Treaty
3D.
impose that people in European Union have more rights, have more rights, because the parliamentars that are elected with for people, the parliaments,
the parliament,
who are elected for the people now have a participation in the decisions, for example, agriculture, fisher, and not only now they have council, but now they have cooperative, maybe I remember, in the decisions of the European Union. And now the people have more rights and social rights too. That's the thing that the lawyer says the European Union is going to be better for people, or for all the people.
Okay, maybe in that some part that you saw was included the freedom of enterprise, or
No.
to skip that part? Okay, was everything following that line?
No, yeah, but he said he said the European Union is looking for they looking for freedom of enterprise, but with that they look social rights too. But I don't know if in the finish, in the end of the video, talk more about that.
Yeah, no worries. It's like I am trying to connect. This video is really old, but now when we are talking about the Lisbon Treaty, we have a lot of social rights and everything that you say, agricultural policies and etc. But also we have a really specific part that tries to develop these kind of freedoms that involves economy in all the UE. And I start to talk about policies that support the financial stuff, the enterprises, the imports, the exports, and etc. I wanted that you like have by the first hand the explanation of how at some point they start to, this is just the case of Ireland, but they start to talk and discuss how is working this council in Belgium, because you know that the secretary is in Belgium, in Brussels. So here it's so important to understand how this freedom of enterprise can become as a human right. And I want to listen your opinion. What do you think that is the importance or the influence of the freedom of enterprise in the life of the people, or in the people's life?
I think it's important because we have the freedom to have a relation with everyone I want. Not, I think it's important for the market, for the companies have the freedom to have to choose when who relation with each part.
With who creates relationship.
With who creates relationship. Yeah, I'm really bad talking.
No, you're not really bad. You are in your learning process. That's
yes.
it. I will interrupt you and I will correct you, because then at the end you don't will have the same mistakes. That is the plan.
But I have the idea in my head, but when I try to talk, it's difficult. So
yeah, no worries. It's just about custom. Es costumbre.
Yes, maybe.
Mientras que se automatiza el proceso y luego ya.
But I think that is important because I have I have the freedom with who I create relationship, I think.
Yeah, but when we are talking about financial stuff, do you think that is so essential in the people's rights or not? What is your opinion?
I think it's essential when we talk about financials, because I think the companies needs to create relationship with everyone, and if I need to create a relation with other country, with other company in other country, I think it's important to respect my right to choose with who start the relationship.
Nice. And at some point of the video, do you have the opportunity to listen about the subsidiarity that have like the UE Commission or Parliament against the policies of each country?
No, I don't listen that part.
Okay, that is so important to understand. No worries. I just want that you listen apart if it's possible, because I know that you are so busy. But here, the thing that I want that you learn tonight, and now that Nicolas is listening also, I don't have to repeat it, is like we have that principle also in our community system, right? When we are talking about the court, the Inter-American Court of Human Rights or the Inter-American Commission in Washington, we are all ruled by the same principle, the subsidiarity. The people, like all the people from other countries, needs to finish an intern process before to go and apply and ask for justice in other courts at international level. Here it works at the same with the same principle. The all the states or all the member states, they have some freedom of the constitution regulation. They have a lot of freedoms when we are talking about policies, internal policies, import, export, economical, financial, and etc. But then if they need to ask for create new rights, or maybe try to be a little more receptive, or try to make the huge list of benefits a little bit long, they can ask to the commission or to the parliament for discuss some kinds of new rights for other countries. Okay, so that is a really important principle that we can get it. We use it a lot of public, but I guess that you can use it at some aspects, as you mentioned it, when we are talking about the freedom of association. We can use this principle also for inspire new policies or for implement new policies, even in our countries. If we can start to create this kind of contracts inspired, for example, in your case, your investor comes from Germany, and you start to talk with them about these kind of principles, they will understand that they have as a special relationship of suggestion with a court, a parliament, a commission. Basically, they are understanding how these worldwide rights are recognized in some specific treaties, and that they need to apply it in a specific business if it's necessary, especially if they are investing money in our countries. Okay, so until then, that is the thing that I want that you keep in mind for tonight. That principle of subsidiarity. Yes, I will text it. Yeah. And that's all for tonight. I hope to see you the next week. Enjoy your weekend. Have a really nice lockdown and try to enjoy your time. Before you leave, I will ask you that you please fill the survey. Now we know that it's on the top of your phone.
Yes.
And thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Gali. Goodbye.
And yeah, good night.
Good night.
Bye-bye. Hello, Nicolas. Good night. How are you?
Hello, Gali. Hello, Gali. Are you able to hear me?
Yes.
Great.
And you have these ones for gamer, right? That is the one that uses
oh, you know them. Yeah, they're the gamer ones. You know them.
Yeah. I never played nothing, but I understand the difference.
What I like about these, they have noise suppression. So I'm only able to hear your voice and nothing else around me. So yeah. Yeah, they're helpful.
Yeah. And what play are you, or for what plays or what games do you use it? For play what?
Well, I like to play the latest games that come out. Uh, I don't know. I've been playing
I
a
don't
lot
know.
of.
I don't know nothing
I've
about
I've been playing a lot of
the
Call of
gamer
Duty.
world.
Maybe
Oh yeah,
you've
yeah,
heard
yeah. I
about Call of
listened
Duty.
that. El llamado del deber.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I never play it. I never play nothing of that.
Really?
Yeah, never.
They're so fun. So
Yeah,
fun.
nice. Okay, so we will start with our speaking call. I have been seeing the lists, but I am organizing what are the session of each one, and that is taking me time. So I guess that I will do it on
Okay.
weekend. So, but no worries. I hope that the next week we can finish with that. And I will tell you the topics soon. Just please be patient. And let me know if you have time to show the video or maybe a part of the video. And what is your opinion? What you I remember that the video is quite old, so I just
Uh-huh.
want that you know that kind of information that by the first hand, like I like the way that they present it. But
Uh-huh.
now the Lisbon Treaty start to have like a lot of changes. So
Mm-hmm.
based with that video and in that context that is really old, tell me what it was the best part or the most interesting or relevant part for you.
Okay. What I would like to highlight is the historical part of the Lisbon Treaty, because it started like as an intent of a constitution for the EU. And that, firstly, that was a failed intent because they didn't approve it. And they came up with this document, basically the Lisbon Treaty. So I like how this document retains and makes emphasis on the human rights of the EU citizens. Uh, what I recognize the most in this document is that it shows the common value amongst amongst the U.S. citizens, and that it I don't like to say force, but it exhorts uh, every national legislation, to comply to those common values. Um, well, I didn't read the Lisbon Treaty, but I believe the first article highlights human dignity. It
Mhm.
starts like human dignity. So I believe that's a really important and a really big step for international legislation.
Okay, perfect. Did you listen to part of freedom of enterprise?
Hmm.
Okay, and what do
Hmm.
you think that is relevant in talking about the context of UE? What do you think that is important? Recognize these rights in one of these um, instruments
On the trading area, or in everything.
of the no, yeah, of course, in the context of the treaty.
Okay. Um, well, I believe that's very important that it introduces a lot of freedom and a lot of democracy inside. They talk about freedom of speech. They talk about trading routes and co-decisions in legislation. But I believe that's very important that they put inside those freedoms, right? They talk about those freedoms. They give an interpretation of those freedoms, because they say uh, 20 years ago we have freedom of speech, but now we have the internet.
Yeah.
So uh, international law has to evolve at the same pace as human evolve and human interactions evolve. And this document clearly shows an advance, an advancement on those on that.
Yeah, and Nicholas, if we are talking about this commercial law and this private international law, what do
Mhm.
you think that is the needs, what do you think that is so needy that we implement this kind of freedom, like the freedom of enterprise, the freedom of association?
Mhm.
Why do you think that? Why is it, what did that kind of rights are stipulated in this kind of treaties or instruments? What do you
Uh,
think? What is the reason why they
okay.
take the time to discuss that in the European Parliament?
Okay, because these are very, very necessary,
Why?
either on national or international arena, because policies, especially on enterprise and trading, have to be fast, have to be sharp. And when the legislation complies with all of these aspects, you have even a fastest economy, a faster economy, a faster financial growth. So it helps develop the country faster, better, having these sharp and really precise policies on enterprise and commercial law.
Perfect. If you have the opportunity to represent one of the interests of some country in the parliament, which country did you choose?
In the EU country,
Yeah, in the
I, w- I,
UE
w-
Commission or Parliament or
I will,
Council.
well, if I will be in the parliament, I would like to represent Germany right now.
Why? Why Germany?
Because Germany has everything clear. It has its education going properly. It has their security going good. They have a good justice system. Everything's it's I mean, I like it. I like how the country is going good, right? It's not like other countries say, no, we have here everything is bad, bad education, bad roads, bad everything. And no, I would like to represent a country that stands by their values, that really stands by their values.
Nice. What do you think that is, or talk to me or explain to me, tell me some of
Uh-huh.
the challenges that we have when we are talking about economy systems or when we are talking about financial matters in these countries. What do you think that are the problems? We know what kind of problems we have in Latin America. We can talk about
Mm-hmm.
corruption. We can talk about like the weak legal system that we have. We can talk
Mm-hmm.
about that we export all our prime materials and we buy again everything industrialized. It's so easy to know discuss of problems. But now if you put in that position, what do you think that are the problems that they are having in this moment, talking about financial and economy?
Um, well, maybe, well, they talk about a lot of
No, don't think about the
s-
thing that you saw in the video.
oh, okay.
This is not correct or
My
incorrect. I just want
mm,
to know your opinion.
i- in the EU, I
Yeah,
think that the biggest problem they have right now is
yeah.
migration, and having a lot of people uh, moving at the same time, searching for for a new life, to start over,
Mhm.
to work, to to they're even looking for papers, right? There's some people that's not even documented. And well, the EU is working on those right now, but I believe it's one of the biggest issues that they
I
have.
will do a little parenthesis and how we can refer to these people that they don't have documents. They have a specific legal status and how it's called. Do you remember? I guess that we saw it. And if not, I will tell you that word.
uh illegal migrant, I don't know.
No,
I wasn't on the last week
Okay.
Claire,
And
sorry.
they have an irregular status. When we are discussing following like all the lines of the Inter-American Court of Human Rights, we can't, we never can say that some people or some person is illegal. That doesn't exist. We can't talk because we are acting against their human rights. They just have an irregular status.
Irregular
An
status.
An irregular status in some country.
Irregular.
Okay. I catch
Right.
your point, but I am here for compliments a little bit yours.
No, thank you
So
very much.
they
That's
have
really precise.
they have an irregular status in no sé por qué me suena como con T. An irregular status in these countries. Yes, I am agree with you. What other problems did you see when we talk about economy?
The economy.
Yeah, of course that this immigration phenomena affects a lot of the economy because they start to have like a lot of people doing some jobs and this start to make these kind of fluctuations. But now I want that you think a little bit more and give me other problem that do you think that they have?
Probably the devaluation of the euro and the US dollar always remaining as the biggest monetary system right now.
Yeah.
Monetization.
But the euro in this moment is strong in comparison to the dollar.
I think it has more value. I think it has more value than the dollar right now, but the stability of the coin of the monetary value, I believe the dollar is more stable.
Maybe. In your country is stable. Yeah, it's like I catch your point. Like if we're talking about worldwide, we can always use the US dollar, but some our economies are always against the dollar. Our economies are always losing in front of the dollar or on the dollar. I don't know what happened here in Bolivia. That is amazing. That maybe the policies in the government that never get like a huge devaluation from the money from the Bolivian against the dollar. That is incredible. But in our countries, if we saw Brazil, Argentina, Chile, Colombia, Ecuador, they have dollar. Peru always is ups and downs. Yeah, but here is so stable. Yeah. But I can catch your point. Like, how do you think that this affects in the UE? Like, do you think that maybe at some point the US dollar can be strong that the euro?
Yes. I
Why?
believe so.
Why?
Economy growth. Well, I don't know the numbers by in my head right now, but statistically, the US is always growing financially, economically more and more than any other country, especially but that's economy, right?
UE, there are a lot of countries, no?
Maybe but like going back to the monetary problem and relating it to the United Kingdom issue, the EU and United Kingdom issue. That's one of the biggest problems they have right now because they won't accept that there's a unitary coin currency. That was the word, currency.
Yeah, the currency.
So
they have pounds. But now, like that is like quite solved with the Brexit. Do you know what is Brexit?
Yes. Well, Great Britain not joining, not being binded by the EU.
That is so stupid for me, it's a really bad decision for all the UK citizens. It's like always maybe you can go faster alone, but you always will go far away if you are thinking in group.
Further. Yeah, that's an African proverb. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. I
Yeah,
like
that
it.
is true. You can
One thing.
always win more if you are thinking in group. And they are so strong, like as a community, they are strong and strongest. But I don't know. The people is crazy. And the English always have like that ego higher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. One of the things that I like the most about the video and the U.S. Council right now is the 2.5 year chairman duration, right? So the chairman only stays only 2.5 years, 2.5 years on the position of inside the EU Council, giving this and possibilitating the alternation of power. And I believe, Gali, that's so important. So important, either if you're talking about a country or you're talking about an international organization, whatever. Alternating power is what made not alternating power made my country fail. I believe that's one of my key reasons why my country is not successful in in almost anything. And I love that policy. I love fast alternation of power, because when someone gets to keep that position and keep that power, you get used to it and you start interpreting differently and start using it on your own favor. So
yeah, in Colombia happens the same. We have different agents, but always is the same people at the same position, like directing everything. We have the same phenomena as you, but with other subjects, and for more than 15 years.
Wow.
And that is some of the reasons that we are having a lot of social problems.
That's really prominent in Latin American countries, right? Having a lot of politicians not letting go of power or not letting go their positions of power. Yeah, it's just detrimental for the country and for the people.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really sad. And the point that you mentioned, I didn't think it. So use your analysis. I just saw the video and not was a part that called my attention, but I am here for that reason, for listen and learn also. Okay. Our time is over. We do 5 minutes more. That means that the next one won't arrive tonight. So promise for sure. I will have the list for all your stations ready for the next week. And I hope that you enjoy your weekend, that you do a lot of things, and I will see you the next week.
You too, Gali.
Bye. Enjoy. Have a good night.
Have a great weekend.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Hopefully. Hello, Esteban. Good night. How are you?
Hi, Gali.
How is
How you
everything going?
doing? Good
I'm
night.
fine. What about you? Good
I'm
night.
very good. I'm
Nice,
fine.
nice. Can you turn your camera tonight or no?
Um,
Or are you with your baby?
no, right now my wife is taking a shower with him. So, but I'm not presentable. I'm not.
No worries. Me neither.
But you record.
No.
So,
Yeah, I record, but no worries. No worries at all. We are not that kind of school.
okay, yeah. I'll turn on. I hope
No,
nobody
no
sees me.
worries. No worries at all. Hello. Better than me. How are you?
I'm very good. Very,
Okay,
very
nice.
good.
I just listen about all the restrictions that you are having tonight in Ecuador by COVID.
It's terrible
Yeah.
here. The news
Okay,
of today says that 100 people died in
oh,
Quito, just capital of Ecuador, Quito. It's
it's really
terrible.
sad,
So
how this is
right now,
affecting.
at this time, we are in lockdown
Yeah,
again.
can imagine. I hope that you continue being strong in this really hard situation. Like here is like the panic is not so high because the cases that are we having per day every day is going down. But actually, I figure out that they are not doing a lot of tests, so the information that we are having is quite we cannot trust too much. But I feel secure that is important.
Okay. And in
So
Colombia, how's the matter
in
again?
Colombia, everything is normal. Like the borders are open, the people can go travel. The people are taking. All my friends are taking holidays, so everything
Really?
is quite normal. Like yeah, the vaccine arrived, and they are putting the vaccine to the oldest one. And yeah, it's not the best environment, but like the economy needs to continue because a lot of people lives just because they are going to work all day. So it's like we don't have other options, right? If in Colombia start other lockdown, the people will do protests. I'm sure of that because it's impossible. Our economy is so weak. Nuestra economía es muy débil.
In Ecuador, it's the same. But where it's not a really lockdown, it's only weekends.
But we will see. Here, like we don't go into party or something, but some restaurants are open. I am in a really, really little town, so it's like almost that the COVID doesn't exist. I feel that I am going with my face mask just for buy something. But if I am walking alone in the street, I don't use it. I just I am like it's so little. It's like everybody know each other. It's like 2 per 2 little town. So I feel quite secure. I
That's good.
hope that everything is going better, and I hope that don't affect your family or your work. And we will start with your session and with your speaking club tonight. Do you have time to see the video or maybe see a part?
Yeah, I watched the video 10 minutes
Okay.
ago.
And what is your opinion about that video?
Well, the news is 11 years ago is about Lisbon Treaty when Ireland,
Yes,
when some
Ireland.
country want to sign the treaty, the international treaty. Who, well, there is a discussion at the matter of what is the rise economics happen if that country entries to that treaty. That's the all that's the thing I understand.
Yeah.
So the main subject.
Yes, perfect. We need to understand that this video is quite old, like a lot of things happen after this video. But I wanted that you saw by the first hand how is working the council, how is working the parliament, how is everything going like with this kind of treaties. But one specific and little part of the video that is the freedom of like all the freedoms that can have someone or someone citizens of the UE, and especially the freedom of enterprise. How is working this freedom in UE from this video? Like a lot of things changed. Like now we have a lot of access to internet, to databases, to IP law, and etc. But I want to catch and resolve that part because it's really important to figure out why this freedom of enterprise is so important for the economy in the UE, because we start to connect again as always economy, politics, and development, and especially in commercial law and private international law, right? So I want that tonight to please tell me your opinion about what do you think that is the most important issues, matter, aspects that you can talk when we are talking about the freedom of enterprise in the
What's the meaning of freedom of enterprise? The meaning of the whole words.
Yeah, como esta es libertad de asociación, pero en el carácter corporativo. It's like the freedom of association is when we are talking about workers. But the freedom of enterprise es como esa libertad de empresa, esa libertad de competencia, esa libertad de asociación, ¿verdad? Tienen múltiples traducciones, pero estas tres complementan perfectamente para que nosotros lo comprendamos. Como la libre competencia, más que todo. La libre competencia. ¿Cómo crees que esta libertad de competir, esta libertad de asociarse, esta libertad de crear, de inversión, puede afectar o puede fortalecer la economía de la Unión Europea? That is my question. Like, how do you believe that the freedom of enterprise can affect or can benefit all the UE? What is your opinion? It's like not right or incorrect questions. I just want to listen to your opinion.
Okay, well, I think when you sign that kind of treaty and you have the freedom of enterprises, is the right response to the people who want to invest, who want to be freedom to have the freedom of enterprise with wherever person, and you can make it without laws that the public institution establish, and laws that doesn't progress the freedom of enterprises. I think when you have rights that the state doesn't say that when the state doesn't no interviene, how do I say, no interviene en las, how do I say, no interviene en la libre asociación. Esa palabra
Like
no.
When, depende, como si interviene o si no interviene. So when the government like didn't like create the intervention of the freedom of enterprise, or like the opposite, when the government take part of it, toman parte, se envuelve, like getting involved in the freedom of
okay, so the government didn't involve to the freedom association. I think it's the best way you can produce, you can make your own law, you can contract workers, and you all the matters that you can have, you resolve, not the government. You resolve with benefits, with laws, with norm, with the capacity of invest and progress.
Yes, but in this continent, of course, that we know that we have a really different economy. Do you think that is this aspect is essential, or it's like subsidiary? Do you think that this freedom
It's
is
essential.
really important?
It's essential. I think the
Why?
government,
Why?
because we are free, and if
Yeah.
you're free, there's no limit. When
Mhm.
you are not free, when you have limits, when the government takes part of the invest of the private people, private group, companies, it's worse because the government doesn't run a company. I think they doesn't know how to run. I think they have to help the people, but not take a part of the investment that I have an idea and wanna make it happen. I don't want to get that the government puts rules that affect the vision that I have to invest.
So how do you think that one of these biggest parliaments or commissions should take into account the opinion of the investors or of the entrepreneurs? Like, how do you think that we can balance this? Because they, as you told me, they didn't need a government that oversees that economical relationship and regulates and put like walls for continued development something. But what happens like if they do something that is against the legal community, like the rules of the community? So they need control, not too much, but they need control. So how do you think that we can balance these both aspects? Like to
But
be here?
it's a subjective question, I think, because I need
Yeah.
to know exactly what's the
No, no
legal
worries.
procedure.
Remember that here is not correct or incorrect. I just want to make that you speak.
I think it depends. I think there are rights
Yeah.
that social rights. I think the government have to rule, but the other thing it doesn't. So we have to respect the constitution, the human rights, like international treaty, but not beyond that.
Yeah. And if you need to get inspired by some of the things that you listen today in that video, for applying some of these principles of what they are talking about in that video, for apply that in your policy system when we are talking about economical or financial, what part do you apply?
Well, that part don't really get it that well. So it's it's a lot of policy economics. So I don't know. I don't get it very well because I think we have to research more specific to give it that answer.
Yeah, but if you want to take just apart, what do you think that we need?
Can you give me some examples of what are the main subjects that you
Yeah,
can try?
for
But
example,
I can choose that for Ecuador.
yeah, no, for example, I will give you an example. If I'm talking like if I start to compare the UE with our countries, something that I can notice from that video is that they have like a faster way to make that the people get in the power. They have like 2.5 years for the president of the commission or the council. Like following that video. Now maybe it's different. But in Colombia, for example, in the Congress, or when we are talking about who creates the law, they have more or less 4 years, maybe more, in power. And that makes that some problems of corruption continue in our country, right? So that is something that is completely subjective. I just take that from the video and it's like, oh, interesting. What part that is in a case? What part you catch that you can think that you can take it or analyze it better for your country? Or what part makes you think like, this aspect is interesting? Maybe the agriculture, maybe they manage with internet or databases.
That's interesting. I think the databases in Ecuador, so we are taking their laws and we are making a database law. So I think it's good how to the institution, the public and private institution, how they right now they are using our database on information, and we don't know how they use. So I think it's important to take that laws, that rule that they implements in the Europe Union. So I think that's a good.
Perfect. Always remember that in this speaking course, I'm not asking for the right answer or something. I just want to have a topic, and always is right, because you know that the opinion, this is not something that we do a lot of in law school, right? It's always we have in our minds that the answer needs to be correct, and not in that way. Not in that way. I really like to listen opinions you are related in this sector that is like so private, and I like to see what was the part that called your attention and that makes you think a little bit about, for example, what makes that part makes me think about, like, they have just 2 years in the power, that maybe can help with corruption. But it's just a topic that I analyzed from the video. But as we all are different, maybe you catch other parts, and I like to share that like analysis. Yeah.
That's perfect.
Perfect. Thank you so much for your time. Before you leave, I will just ask you that you feel the survey that now is open. I guess that is in the top of the screen.
Right now, I do. Yes.
Yeah. And I will see you the next week. Thank you so much. Have a nice weekend. Enjoy with your kids, with your wife. And yeah, I see you soon.
Thank you so much, Gaudi.
Thanks.
Have a good evening. Bye.
Yeah, you too also. Bye. Hello, Paula. How are you?
Hey, Gali. How are you?
How is everything going? Yes, I am fine. What about you?
Everything's fine.
Nice, nice.
How's COVID in Bolivia?
Oh, I talk about that topic with Victor, with Esteban, and with you here. I know that are you having more restrictions tonight because everything is going worse. But here, first, they are not doing a lot of tests. And second, I am in a little town so far away of everything, and I don't have like access to news or to newspaper or to stress. The only access that I'm having to the world is internet, and I don't like to catch a lot of that news because I know that nothing is going better. So I just, as a strategy, I don't stress anymore. I use my face mask when I need it, and I am trying to don't do stupid stuff like going to dance or something. But here in Bolivia, in a lot of cities, you can find like parties, and you can find like restaurants, and everything is open. But the data is not so, we cannot trust too much in the data because they are not doing a lot of tests. So I guess that we have really
have the COVID or not?
Tell me?
You have the COVID in one moment.
No.
No,
I guess that never.
never.
And I have been no, and I have been in contact with a lot of people. When I was in Tarija, like when I start this course, I
Mm.
was in the southern city of Bolivia, like so close to Argentina. And there we have like a lot of commerce. So a lot of people is going and they are going like in an illegal way to Argentina and going back just for do business and etc. And the city is quite huge. And when you go to the market, you can find like hundreds and hundreds. And I have like in a way more contact with people. And I never feel bad and I never have like a symptom. If I get it, nothing happens to me. But I feel that I never get it. And I hope didn't catch it.
I had it
But yeah.
in July 2020.
Oh.
Yeah.
And how
And-
do you feel?
Yeah, I feel maybe tired.
Yeah.
Have headache and yeah, and my
Yeah,
stomach.
it's easy.
Yeah,
Wow.
but
But I remember at the beginning I was like in a city almost in the middle in Bolivia with a really high altitude and nobody knows what is happening. And we went like to a house of an old woman and we saw news. And I remember so like that in Ecuador they are putting fire to the dead bodies on the street. I was like, I will die in Bolivia. I will die. If that is happening in Ecuador, that everything is going like the economy is strong, they have sales system, I will die in this country. Thank you.
everyone,
Mom, I love you.
I'm so lucky right
Yeah, that was like, oh,
now. Okay, you have to take her. Gali. Oh, I don't know what happened. Gali. Gali.
everything is sorry. My internet is not the best, but unless I have one. Can you please turn on your microphone? Perfect. So let me check a second if you are the last one. That I guess that yes, but I need to be sure. And give me a second. Yes, you're the last one. And there, like until when you will have lockdown?
What? Excuse me?
Until when you will have lockdown? ¿Hasta cuándo van a tener el encarcelamiento?
The next month, I think 21.
And you are doing home office. You are working
No.
from home.
I hate the home office.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
but
have to go to work.
us in the week we can go to work. So I don't know. My boss don't say anything about it.
Oh. But if you are in lockdown, you have allowed to go to the street or go to work.
Yeah, I have to go to work, but I have my, I don't know, credencial.
Yeah, like license, like a
Yeah.
permission.
Yeah. Yeah, because I'm a lawyer, so
Nice.
I can go to my office.
I hope that you can
Because
like
in
deal with this.
I eat a lot, like cookies, chocolate, coffee, and the chocolate again.
I discovered that I discovered that I am so anxious.
Yeah,
And I always was like, oh yes, I love chocolate and I love ice cream, but I never understand why. And in the lockdown, I understand why. I eat a lot of bullshit because I am anxious.
I have the same, but maybe you have to do exercise, I think. No?
No. It's like I have to go to workout. Go
Yeah.
in peace. Bye. I will never. Some people just are so they have like a lot of um discipline, but also passion about it and about feeling tired. And just one day at the university, I put on a step in a gym, and I promised myself to never go back to that horrible place. I cannot understand how the people can suffer in that way in the machine. The machine is like, that is not for me.
Sometimes I smoke, but later I go to CrossFit, and I get so tired. So I just remember that I don't have to smoke. I don't have to smoke.
Wow. And other, I like at the university, I took like salsa lessons and Zumba. For me, that sounds like a really interesting proposal. But if I have to do workout just in a machine, suffering and listening music, no, for me, no. If I have to do a trekking at the
But
mountains,
exercise,
different.
like yoga, anything, yoga, no,
It's
anything.
really difficult. It's really difficult. But some people, I have a friend, and she do like something like 4 hours per day, 2 at the morning, 2 at the evening, has like an amazing body. And she always tell me like, Gali, you should go. You will put like all your ass in this way, and you're like, it's like, no, no, wait, enjoy your time.
Have you
It's not-
seen video of TikTok, like the woman? It's so happy, like smile.
yeah, yeah. And it's like, yeah, I am the second.
Meanwhile,
I'm
you
not the first one.
meanwhile you eat ice cream, or I don't know.
Yeah, I am anxious, but I am trying to be more selective with the bullshit that I am eating. Try to control a little bit more, because I know that that is so bad. At some point of the lockdown, I get addicted to the Coke, a la Coca-Cola.
Mhm.
Ooh. I don't want to eat like juices or water. Now I am trying to take water. I don't like it too much, but I am
I drink
trying.
coffee is
Mm.
like a basics.
Yeah. Here in Bolivia, they import from Brazil a Coke that have like the espresso flavor. It's like 40% more of caffeine, and like it's like
So-
Coke with coffee, and it's really sweet, but it's delicious. And it's like, no, it's really hard. In Colombia, that doesn't exist. Even in some
No,
cities of Bolivia, they didn't get it,
just
but Brazil get it, and
Yeah.
they import it.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like, it's just worse than Coke, but it's delicious. Okay, we will talk a little bit now that we stopped to talk about personal and the suffer of our countries. We will discuss a little bit about the video that I suggest at the WhatsApp group. I want to know if you maybe have time to see it, to watch it. If you check an interesting part for you, what part you was like, oh, this is interesting, this not. And remember that this video is so old, so it's like not updated about what is happening now in the UE.
Yeah.
But I want to know your opinion, and after that we will do a little like conversation.
Okay. I watched this video, and I can see that the I don't know, the president of Francia.
Yeah,
Just
the president. Yeah, like the French president or the president
Yeah.
of France.
I don't know. I just know about the new president, Emmanuel Macron.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. In this video, maybe I can't watch it like specific it about it. I just watch it they I don't know, the political, the the people of countries go to an, I don't know, and this convention, and they talk about new politics like technology and cultural, and I don't know, maybe that. I just remember.
You listen a little part where they talk about the freedom of enterprise.
Yeah.
And I want to listen with that question. We will finish our speaking call. I want to listen your opinion about the importance of the freedom of enterprise in the UE.
Freedom of enterprise.
If you want, I can give you like an approximately translation of that.
Yeah.
Sí, the freedom of enterprise can be interpreted as como la libertad de asociación en el sector corporativo, pero también en algunos contextos se puede tomar como libre competencia y expansiones de mercado, ¿sí? Entonces, como esa libertad de asociación, pero no desde el sentido de los trabajadores, no like that from the worker side,
Yeah.
more direct or more related. With the freedom of association of the companies, how they can invest in or they can deal with other countries when we are talking about business market. So why do you think that is relevant?
For the freedom of enterprise, or
for the people, why is important that some of these international treaties, as the Treaty of Lisbon, they recognize this kind of rights, like the freedom of enterprise in the context of the UE.
Okay. do you have opinion or something like freedom enterprise, but in Europe or here?
Yeah, no, in Europe.
In Europe, okay.
Why do you think that is so important, this right? Why they analyze it? What they are studying?
Maybe because in the world, I think the society is so fast. So they create this like politics.
Yeah.
For the, I don't know, for just to se me olvidó todo.
Tranquila. Acuérdate que esto no es correcto o incorrecto. Esto es solamente un ejercicio de opinión. Yo necesito que ustedes hablen, que ustedes propongan, discutan, y que me digas, esto es yo creo que es importante por esto. No es nada correcto o incorrecto. Tampoco sé un carajo sobre la Unión Europea. Solamente quiero que me cuentes qué parte tú consideras, por qué crees que se sientan X número de parlamentarios en la comisión, en el consejo, a discutir este tipo de derechos.
Yeah, maybe because actually I say it, like the society is so fast, so they looking for grow up and be like being before the society, maybe like create the politics for the, I don't know, the multinationals and companies of, like, I don't know, maybe big companies to grow up the I don't know, the economics and the brands, and maybe
mírale esta frasecita, keep them, de mantenerlas fuertes, de crecer, pero también de mantenerlas fuertes, porque ya ves que la economía es así, ¿no? Entonces, de mantenerlas estables.
And I don't know, like be together.
Yeah.
Make intention to be together and have like the same politics for their countries. Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, it's like, it's not an exam. Same as Esteban. I don't know why you have the perception that this is an exam. No, this is like talk of as a friend. We are talking about the COVID, but now I need to start to see how is the vocabulary going, how is like the confidence, because
Yeah,
yeah, no, it's just a
maybe
process. You
I
need
think,
to feel comfortable about what are you saying.
yeah, maybe I think too much to explain in English, and I don't know. I translate
Yeah.
in this moment. I don't I don't want to say anything about in Spanish, but I don't I don't know how to translate in my head, so that's the reason I might get nervous.
Yeah. No, no worries. Like as always, I said, we have this rule of perception, and also to translate every single word so perfect.
Mm.
And you need to start first to try to think in English, but
Mm.
also to get the confidence to find some synonyms and try to, if I can find the word, the specific word, I need to start looking for so fast what other words I can put in the place for following the context. So, para terminar este ejercicio, vas a decirme, yo te voy a hacer la pregunta en español, tú me vas a contestar en español y entre las dos vamos a tratar de traducir tu respuesta. Ahora no vamos a hablar de la política, no, vamos a intentar hacerla simple, pero que también puedas tú expresar tu idea. Entonces yo lo que te estoy diciendo es, ¿cómo crees que esta libertad de asociación, como en materia corporativa y económica, por qué crees que es tan importante en la Unión Europea? ¿Sí? Entonces, yo te puedo dar un ejemplo, que siguiendo lo que tú dices, si ellos mantienen una uniformidad en las decisiones que toman, la economía no solamente de ciertos países, sino la economía de toda la Unión va a seguir manteniéndose fuerte, va a seguir manteniéndose estable. Si ellos, si ellos se sientan y debaten sobre estas políticas en el marco como de la democracia, se van a poder apoyar unos países a otros, porque son relaciones internacionales. Van a, nosotros necesitamos café, nosotros queremos producir más leche. Y ahí comienzan a crearse como estos factores de comercio. Esas son mis respuestas. Ahora tú, dame una.
Sí, justamente lo que te decía. Uno de los ejemplos que yo pondría es que todos tengan como que una opinión sobre la...
Ok, vamos hasta ahí. Vamos a intentar traducir esa parte.
Okay.
So, just as I said, or just as I was telling you, some of the ¿cómo era otra vez? Uno de los objetivos era... A ver, dale tú, inténtalo y ahí vamos puliendo.
Entonces, como mantener como opinar sobre su fuerte en la economía y en el comercio dentro de su país.
Ok. Muchas de las maneras que podemos decirlo, si no encuentro cómo mantenerla, establecerlo, vamos a irnos con los sujetos, ¿no? So, my opinion is like all the countries, tú simplificas, all the countries, like the importance is like all the countries can have the right to express their opinion.
Yeah.
Dije lo mismo, pero
Yeah,
no me compliqué pensando, deben mantener. No, rápido, ¿cómo la pienso? Listo. Entonces, hasta ahí, ¿qué seguiría? ¿Qué otra cosa diría?
¿En Spanish o en English?
En español. Y vamos a hacer lo mismo hasta que lo digas completito en inglés, así perfecto y súper confiado.
Y también generar como, o sea, como poder explicar, como los fuertes que tienen en comercio y en economía, compartirlos con todos los países, por eso se reúnen, para que el fuerte y la debilidad de cada uno de los países pueda crecer en la unión, o sea, en ese grupo de países.
Listo. Vamos a intentar simplificar la idea. Si nos vamos a lo básico, ¿cómo lo dirías en inglés? A lo básico, no comiences generar, no, lo más básico que puedas. ¿Cómo lo dirías?
Like have the politicals, economic politicals, and have the...
Ok, espera. The economic policies.
Policies, okay.
Policies, como las políticas públicas.
Policies, economic policies, and maybe share the opinion about it, about the best in commercial for every country, and I don't know, maybe the worst of the every country, shares the opinion of products, and I don't know, maybe brands, or maybe things that they need and the others don't need it. And I don't know, maybe share about it, about the products, and yeah, that's it. And ideas for
Yeah,
create
that
new
was
for-
yeah, that was a lot of better, like the first answer. You start to feel a little bit comfortable. So now I want that I will give you some little suggestions, and then I want that you answer completely, okay? They said it's important that they share their opinions and about all the products that they maybe can need and the other can produce. Eso es lo que tú me estás diciendo.
okay.
And
yeah.
then we can discuss about how maybe some economy can be strong and how other that are weak, que son débiles, they can maybe become strong, ¿verdad? Como ellos cómo pueden volver fuertes, cómo puede haber ese proceso de fortalecimiento. Son ideas, pero como tú lo dijiste, lo que pasa es que como hay unas pausas, a veces se nota un poquito la inseguridad. Cuando tú no sepas cómo se dice, tú con toda la tranquilidad tomas un respirito, no hacemos silencio, sino no hacemos no, hacemos silencio. Por ejemplo, viste esa pausa, súper natural. No estoy haciendo no, una pausa, pienso que se tiene que decir, sino so, me will also, I don't know, it's important. Ahí es donde entran los conectores, para no mostrar esa inseguridad.
Okay.
I want to say it's important to understand, it's important that... Yo tengo una que es súper muletilla, cuando yo necesito conectar, y te vas a dar cuenta en mis clases, yo digo, it's important to keep in mind. Es importante recordar, es importante que recuerden, que analicen. Ahí yo me estoy intentando acordar de cuál es mi segunda idea. ¿Sí ves? Yo le estoy dando tiempo a mi cerebro de que no entre en crisis. Cuando tú estás organizando tu siguiente idea, nosotros generalmente entramos en un estado de ansiedad, pero se nos olvida que nadie está en nuestro cerebro, o sea, nadie sabe que nosotros estamos olvidando lo que sigue, nadie sabe que nosotros necesitamos recordar lo que sigue, nadie sabe que estoy buscando sinónimos en la cabeza. No, ese proceso tiene que naturalizarse. Entonces, ahora tu turno, otra vez, vamos a decirlo todo. I will do the question again. So, Paula, tell me a little bit about your opinion about the importance of the freedom of enterprise in the UE.
Okay, the countries of UE maybe have strongs and weak things in their countries. So they have to share the opinion and the ideas for the other countries could be stronger and with products and ideas for create a new products for being commercial, and the other countries maybe can explain economic policies to policies to grow up in things that they have, it's like they are or they have weeks.
Like they
have,
or they are weak, que ellos son débiles.
No.
Pero si quieres utilizar, yes, have is like weakness, like
weak,
yeah,
like
you
they
can-
have weakness.
yeah,
Okay, they have weakness. So in the convention, maybe all these people can create the ideas for grow up in commercial in the world, and maybe just do better for their countries and the other countries in Europe.
Perfect. You do it a little better, right?
Thank you so much.
I just, no worries. I just see something that you need to work on it, and is your corporal expression. I know that you was doing like all the work in your head. I know that you were like perfect. And the idea was a lot of like, we have a huge improvement in the first opportunity that you express your idea, and in the second one. It's so clear to see it. But how you was like looking for the words and always like waiting for doing wrong or doing that, your facial expression. We will finish in a bit, no worries.
Okay. Thank you.
You need to put to pay attention in your facial expression. So try to relax your face and continue.
Okay.
You are doing the same, but just
Okay.
let that flow. It's the only thing. And
Okay.
we finish, then you because we take a little bit more of time. Before you leave, I will please ask you that you fill the survey quickly. Now it's open in the
Thank you
top
so
of
much.
on the
I got it.
yeah. And have a nice weekend. Enjoy your time.
Have a nice weekend. Have a nice weekend too. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.
Ciao.